I think the Beanie Brother is approaching critical mass when it comes to just losing his cool when it comes to this Eliza Bleu situation. It's so funny. I would say that he's probably survived a little bit worse. Shout out Jack Murphy, which is hilarious. I wanted to take a look and see what his take on this situation was. You know, maybe he had something funny about it. The dude blocked me on Twitter. I've never even mentioned it. Extensive blockchain, I guess, is what happens there. Hell, I've even been complimentary of him in consideration. Okay, well, maybe he just didn't like the fact that I called him the lumber cuck, but that is just such a good nickname for him. But realistically, you know, Tim and Jack's situation, don't necessarily know if it got physical or anything like that. Their business arrangement was definitely more intertwined than Eliza, but there might be something a little bit more to that one, hence why this one might have hit a bit of a nerve, because yo man, his spurging out, like, he's always been a special type of individual on Twitter, and you see that with a bunch of people, especially the more disingenuous types. They'll purport to be this clean-cut individual that just wants to say things and keep things between the lines on one platform, and then run buck wild on the other. You're gonna get me regardless of the platform, and sometimes that works to my detriment, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's just me, man. Me being me. So I guess that's why my integrity is not being called to the mat, as opposed to the subject of said video. Well, actually, no, he's not entirely the subject. It's just, close, okay? Well, we can bookend with the Tim squad, because we got another round of questions that have been posited today. The truth is, it's all planned out. Crowder and Daily Wire, Timcast and the Quartering, Veritas and O'Keefe. You didn't think it was all a coincidence, did you? Phase 2 starts soon. That's what he tweeted out. It says, 10 hours ago, so what, earlier this morning. Realistically, I seen that, and then I also follow Andrew Tate, and somebody who I 100% support, and I can't wait for all 4 of those folks to get out of jail. Free Top G, free Tristan, free Georgiana, free Luana. Need to do an update on that situation very shortly. But if Tim wouldn't just continue to keep running his mouth, I'd be able to move on to something. But no, he really did the big dumb here today. So yeah, he posts that, and it's like, oh, that's just a Tate impersonation. A couple days ago, or maybe a day ago, he did an AOC. Why is everybody obsessed with me? It's like, okay, cool. There's nothing authentic. There's nothing original. There's nothing new about Tim Pool. I've always given him his flowers when it came to being a good news aggregator. He's wonderful at reading the headlines, and then he's terrible of coming up with new anecdotes to pad out the watch time. You know the algorithm. That's another thing, man. Nobody's ever disputed his mastery of the YouTube algorithm. He knows exactly when to drop his content. He knows exactly how long that needs to be, how far to space everything out to get maximum reach. Excellent stuff. Success leaves clues, and the guy has 3 golden plaques to his name, so clearly he's doing something right. But in this situation, like I said, success leaves clues, and so does failure. And while there might be some nuggets of wisdom to gain from how he rose to prominence on the platform, we're seeing a nuclear meltdown in real time in 4K. So I don't know what triggered him off of this one, other than just, NPC me. Okay, so yeah, you got the Wojak with a beanie on. Okay, cool, wonderful, fantastic. That's been around forever. I've seen better ones with his bald head, and it's like the flower, the little anime image. It's like, is this Civil War? I like that one as well. I think that one's pretty funny, and that's more or less Tim's wheelhouse. It's just stoking the outrage cycle, and then when somebody presses him on it, oh, I just complain, bro. And it's like, okay, cool, you've wasted your time being a Tim Pool subscriber. I've stated before, I used to watch his stuff, but I hopped off the bandwagon right before the 2020 election. Probably the late fall, whenever I started my own channel, so that would have been August. Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, gone. I didn't want to be influenced by anybody's content, and it was just too much of a downer. So what did Fenborg have to say that caught his ire? I know you like to call people cowards, and yet you behave cowardly towards your paying fan base. It doesn't matter, bro. I'll just go ahead and get some more members. Hell, we're even trending up for March. It's fine, bro. But to say fan base, the amount of outrage that you've stoked lately, that's from people. And I think I've seen Shadiversity, shout out to him. He did an excellent breakdown of the Daily Wire, Steven Crowder situation, and he also had something, I think it was under one of the alt accounts, or something for his other channel, where he said, no, the people that are criticizing you are your viewers, are your audience. They're not getting paid. That's why they're taking this stuff so personally. It's like, absolutely, 100%. Once again, bang on Shad take. The dude is based out of his mind, even down there in Australia. Keep being cryptic, Tim. Back to this. Okay, your integrity is shot. So yeah, pretty standard over the past couple of days, but why did he respond to this? Being famous isn't fun. Oh my god. Just the ego on this motherfucker. There's a good thing that beanie band is elastic, because holy, and having whiny crybaby mobs cry at you isn't worth it. Maybe you guys can hire a nanny for your hurt fifis. Yo, the only one who's hurt right now is that little bitch made dude. Holy. Oh man, Eliza's trending again. I wonder why. Because it was Tim. I wonder if one of the other tweets that I got pulled up is gonna have it, because yeah, Timcast is trending. Now you can see Eliza on the side. It's not going away. Maybe that's the AstroTurf campaign. Maybe that's the PR. I don't even want to accept that framing, because I don't think anybody's getting a check cut right now. And then Aiden Kearney, who's also been clipping up and doing some really good stuff on the platform. I think we've used some of his stuff before. The avatar looks familiar. It's because people have a tremendous respect for you. Oh, that they are disappointed. Everybody comes around. That's all. Rogan fucked up with Jack. His fans called him on it, and so he did a do-over and brought you on. Yeah, that's where Tim got put on, and yeah, nobody's taken away the excellent work that he did exposing. Oh, he used to have a big problem with censorship, but we'll get to that in a moment, because I think I caught him in 4K on that one. But that's just me, man. Okay, so yeah, that's just crazy in my opinion. Oh, I didn't read the kicker there from Aiden. You were fantastic in calling out censorship. Eliza is the new Vijaya. Yeah, no, Vijaya is the newest member of the unemployment line. Anyways, yeah, that's just crazy in my opinion. Okay, she's a low-tier internet personality who filed DMCA takedowns, and for some reason people became obsessed with her. Wow, don't you think that there's something there? Somebody who has a journalist background, and it's not even DMCA takedowns, it's privacy claims, and if you were actually doing your job, you'd be thinking, that's publicly available material. Wouldn't you think your old journalistic senses would be tingling? But I think that there's something else behind that, and I think I might have the proof in order to back that up, but bear with me. She got her wish and they helped. She's famous now. Bro, you put her on twice. She was in your inner circle, and now you'll refuse to address the situation even though you know something about it. This is also my big problem with Tim as well. He champions the whole independent scene, but he never wants to put anybody on unless they're popping at the time. Like, he just clout jacks more famous people, and they don't really benefit from it. So then you got Nuance, bro. I've heard that name before. I've definitely heard that name before. Tim, if this is true, and I really hope your reporter Shane Cashman has receipts and posts in them about the report about Eliza Bleu. Oh no, both of those articles so far have been absolute trash, terribly written, and then it just skirts any responsibility and just says anybody complaining against Eliza are just trolls, bro. Absolutely disgusting. I hope you're not making these claims about O'Keefe, Veritas, Crowder, Daily Wire, and the Eliza situation without any evidence. What claims? Oh, you think the shitpost is real? Nah, bro, I was just being stupid on purpose. I was just being a little dickhead on Twitter for the lulz, bro. I mean, it lines up with the comments that you made on your show about these situations and the Eliza Bleu one in particular. So, excuse me if I took them seriously. Was claiming the quartering and Brit fell for a pro Eliza PR agency agency op, sorry. A lot of abbreviations in here. He definitely makes the most out of his 280 characters. Also, just shit posting. A PR firm used a handful of bots to bait YouTubers, which happens all the time. What is your evidence on that? You're supposed to be this journalist. You've only come up with a theory. You have to come correct with supporting evidence in order to continue to posit this. Otherwise, you just look like a nutter, and now you're just getting absolutely roasted and ratioed, and the interaction is just absolutely terrible for a creator of this level of prominence. The idea that all of the biggest drama stories are part of a grand conspiracy was the joke. Yeah, exactly. They just happened. You don't do drama. You don't deal with e-girls. But whenever there's one that pops off, you're more than willing to host them on your platform. So yeah, no, I understand. Don't listen to what somebody says. Watch what they do. do and then critique them with their words afterwards. Which PR firm? Hey, Shadow Nuance, bro. Do you have any evidence for this? Eliza is losing followers as a result of this. If anything, that would seem to have more evidence of a PR firm that's against Eliza, not hired by her. And then you got Dickhead right here. Now he just comes up and it just tries to distract and deflect like an expert. Explain the news relevance of Eliza Bleu, somebody that you've had on your show twice, somebody who's been at your little compound more than that, somebody who you know is abusing the YouTube and Twitter system, but it's not something that you want to discuss until it's something that you want to discuss. It's very interesting. Explain the news relevance of Eliza Bleu. She's a censorship bot in some form or fashion. Used to be something that you cared about, at least back in late December of 2020. Journalism now exists to protect the corrupt. Oopsie daisy. But just because the media hid the story and big tech censored it, it doesn't mean we have to accept it. Now, yeah, just because people run so-called campaigns, just because people take down content that is detrimental to certain positions, just like Hunter Biden laptop. Oh, it was just all the hacked material. It was just a Russian op, bro. No, totally legit. It's just like, oh, how he's protecting the corrupt by saying that, oh, it's just simply a PR campaign. So what's the relevance? She's using big tech as a shield, and you don't want to talk about it because journalism now exists to protect the corrupt. In your own words, my bald friend. But Gio, you would think that there would be some need to address the situation because somebody that you platform, somebody that you don't want to talk about, somebody that you are, in fact, hey, maybe this is a revelation that Tim is the one that's actually out there striking motherfuckers because, or not striking, sorry, being the PR campaign, because Eliza's the one who's out there striking motherfuckers. A bunch of people got hit today. And YouTube's throwing around these strikes all willy-nilly, because if you don't know, now you know. Your boy's got a secondary channel where I just talk about a bunch of, like resistance training stuff, nutrition stuff, and yeah, I've started to delve into the whole jab stuff. And my perfectly acceptable material where I don't even come close. I think there's like 2 or 3 videos where I might say fuck or shit. But outside of that, keep it squeaky clean, nice, short, concise material addressing topics that I want to talk about. It's all CDC backed and WHO backed and all that kind of crap. But I've been fighting strikes day after day, time after time, and long story short, I got hit on my secondary channel. It's not the end of the world or anything like that. It's just a little bit upsetting because those are stories that don't really fit onto the main channel anymore, and something that I still want to talk about. So YouTube is becoming a place where opinions, ideas, thoughts, and case studies, they're starting to get squashed. So more of this conversation's probably going to end up happening on Rumble, especially for those people that are out there that got hit by Eliza specifically, because there are some of these videos that ended up just getting taken off the platform, and then another round of privacy strikes have been passed out just as a warning sign. So you got Fair and Balanced. Once again, she was going to be doing the big documentary. She is the, as Tim Pool's booker likes to call it, Cassandra Yogurt Mouth, Fairbanks, or whatever her name is, McDonald, whatever, former porn star. She likes to refer to her as Discount Nancy Grace. Well, she was actually doing some journalism, running back the tape on Eliza. And her trailer, the trailer of the documentary, got taken down. Hi Faran, we have received a privacy complaint regarding the following video. Upon our analysis of the claim, we removed the content in question. Don't know if that manifests in a strike or anything like that, but it really adds fuel to the fire. And yeah, do support all of these people that are out there. I'm not even a big fan of Faran like that. I think that she's just kind of annoying and all that stuff. But she got struck for just absolutely no good reason. And that is appalling, okay? Shout out for Tug for cataloging all this stuff. It just makes it very simple. I had everything, just independently sourced. So, see, Tim Pool's trending again. Now it's Tim Pool, the Timcast. Anyways, so Chrissie Mayr, somebody that we referenced before I think in this series of videos over the past few days. Yeah, she had, 4 different videos end up getting yeeted. Looks like, a bunch of different live streams. I think that's what she does. Oh yeah, live Simpcast. So yeah, that's definitely the live stream with the Eliza Bleu news. Okay, Fair and Balance explains. So when Faran was on the channel, Bryson Gray speechless after learning about Eliza Bleu and Elon Musk Twitter controversy with Chrissie Mayr. That might have been a clip. Eliza Bleu versus, Brittany Venti, Simpcast. Okay, so yeah, at least a couple of live streams and at least one clip. Another one is a little bit out in the ether, but 4 videos removed for showing Fair and Balanced documentary trailer, which featured 3 to 5 seconds of Republic at the time, now removed, World Star Hip Hop video. And then Brittany Venti, somebody who's still locked out of YouTube, or I'm sorry, still locked out of Twitter. Just gotta check this one. We'll run it back real quick. I think so. Yeah, you got her video. Okay, yeah, January 19th. Yeah, she was ground zero of all that stuff. So, yep, she's still locked out as far as it goes, and she's been streaming a lot in the recommends. Okay, that's just one of these unfortunate things, because over the past few days, been doing this type of content, so the YouTube algorithm just continues to push anybody else who's talking about Timpool, which is totally fine and great and wonderful and fantastic, and that's probably how you ended up finding my channel. It's just, yo, when I could get just vanilla Timpool content recommended to me again, it's like, oh lord, there's a reason that I don't want to click on it anymore, and then it's just like, okay, don't recommend this channel anymore. I gotta go through all that stuff again. Jeez. But yes, Brittany Venti's now getting attacked on YouTube for covering Eliza Bleu. So apply everything that I said about Faran, double, triple, quadruple it for Brittany Venti. Not a fan, don't like her, think that she's a little bit scummy when it comes to her tactics, especially about her expose on Kevin Samuels, her idealistic approach to traditionalism, that men should be traditional, but she's running around being an e-girl. It's a little bit incongruent, but doesn't deserve to get struck on YouTube, long story short. So yeah, it's just kind of darkly funny when you take a look at the video that gets taken down. My Twitter got locked, the censorship continues, and we've reviewed this and believe that, yeah, we should continue to censor it because one of our blue-haired queens requested it, because we believe all women, just not that woman. Noctis Draven, removed content, major Eliza Bleu update, everything we know so far. It gets worse. I love all of these titles. I like to think that my videos are at least titled a little bit better so you know exactly what's coming up, because I don't know what day that could have been. That could have been Monday, it could have been Sunday, it could have been Thursday, who knows, man. But that's YouTube for you. They'll just strike it. Doesn't matter if it meets all of the standards. If they don't want you on the platform, you will not be on the platform. And last but not least, at least for right now, there could be more people that are out there. You got Christina Radix Verum, I do believe, on YouTube. She gets a video that had over 7K views on it. Several other videos on her that will probably be removed next. I think this is unacceptable. Absolutely received a privacy complaint, removed the content. What is going on with Eliza Bleu and Kirby Summers? Don't know who that is, but asking some questions, doing some good work, and ends up getting taken down. So yeah, Tim, if you're wondering, bro, explain the news relevance of Eliza Bleu. There's a whole lot of striking going on, to be very succinct about it. Somebody who came to Timmy Boy's defense very vociferously and supported him monetarily, especially during the Daily Wire, Steven Crowder situation, had a terrible take on that. He was right alongside Jack Botsobic when it came to that, and Mike Cernovich. But he seems to come out on the right side of this. I like Mark Dice. Some of his takes that I've seen out there. Never watched any content. Just seen him, make a couple of really base posts that's out there. Seems to be on the right side of things. It's just, hey man, some people had, really weird takes when it comes to Daily Wire. That one kind of eludes me in the grand scheme of things. It's like, yeah, the facts don't care about your feelings, people. All of a sudden getting in their feelings, and you guys want to support them. Weird, but okay. He leaves this comment. Not too sure where it is. I see a lot of people sharing said comment, and I think it's with pretty good reason. Let's see how he wants to surmise this situation. Tim, with all due respect, we all make mistakes, and the cover-up is worse than the crime. Or in this case, the cover-up is worse than the mistake. Tim obviously helped boost her profile, twice as a return guest. No, it's fine. She's just a bottom-tier celebrity or something like that? What is it? Okay, what claims? Low-tier internet personality, which is so nice because, okay, cool. She has, 250,000 followers on Twitter. She was on a bunch of different podcasts. So by extrapolation, what does that make you? Are you a mid-tier internet personality? Or are you just trying to throw out disclaimers in order for you to not have to cover something? Oh, it involves censorship, but how famous is she? Anyways, and looks like his ego won't allow him to admit that he got duped by what appears to be a massive grifter who is now abusing the privacy tools on social media. Yeah, now it's multi-platform, so we can just go ahead and apply the blanket description of social media to censor those investigating her. The proper response would be to admit she's censoring people with false privacy privacy claims on Twitter and YouTube, and that something doesn't smell right in her story, and that should be looked into further. Oh yeah, he's got, I didn't want the story to be run, the Shane Cashman is doing. Maybe he actually read the story and it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't publish that because this is ass. But no, there's obviously something deeper to this, at least in my opinion. And maybe she duped you. Yeah, seems like it. But what did she use? What was her currency? Well, we also know her past and the fact that she liked to do some herd for some bread back in the champagne room. That was exposed yesterday, but we'll see here in a second. To claim she hired a PR campaign to use trolls to debunk her claim in order to boost her profile as one of the biggest pretzels I've ever seen someone twist. Yeah, it's projection at its finest because, okay, that was something that Steven Crowder even exposed. Not really, he just kind of gave some of the secrets of the game on Timcast when he was there last, saying that, yeah, you can buy ad space for some of your videos, it'll inflate the views that are on there. And yeah, there are Chinese bot farms, you can see them all over Twitter, at least that used to be a big problem. Not so much anymore. Or you can pay for interaction. Like, there are certain telltale signs when it comes to an AstroTurfed campaign. This right here, with the amount of people that are talking about it, bigger channels than mine, some smaller channels than mine, some people are getting more or less interaction. A lot of people are talking about this. And the last time I checked, yeah, real individual, I'm really here. I've really been here for years. And these videos that I'm doing, I haven't seen a privacy complaint be issued towards me yet, mostly because it's just me summarizing everything and just reading the source material, not really playing any video. At least of Eliza, is just more or less all of the people surrounding her. Mostly because I don't want to have to put anybody through the horrific rap that she was dancing or shaking ass on. And by doing so, I can get the message out there and do the job that Tim refuses to do for whatever reason. Because, well, no, to be fair, he's very, very busy. So what is Tim posting about? Again, he's on the stupid ChatGPT, which, again, it's absolutely worthless. It's the people that you think are pulling the strings, controlling, you know, they're in the shadows, you know, the deep state, whatever the hell he wants to say. The people who are going to be, you know, commanding everybody in the civil war that's upcoming. They have a far more sophisticated ChatGPT, or whatever their iteration of it is. It's like, oh, it's got woke ideas. Oh, it's leftist. Oh, it's feminist. It's like, yeah, of course, it keeps idiots entertained. Or maybe you can post screenshots of it so that you can obfuscate from the real issue. So yeah, no, that's what he's been doing out here. Yeah, posting this again. How to get ChatGPT to encourage people to consume methamphetamine, a short thread. Yeah, I don't really care, man. And it's like, yeah, meth is addictive. Congratulations. Posting a bunch of different stuff. And then, yeah, no, then he goes on his big, you know, Spurg thread. And I told you guys, I showed you this multiple times over. Whenever there's weirdos that end up getting caught, they immediately start posting animal pictures. It's so weird. It's one of those consistent things that I've seen. Whenever somebody gets caught up and know that they're taking L's, they start animal posting. And now it's time to back up my big lofty claim from the outset. You know, I think Eliza's running through the cast. Thanks to Adam Crigler, shout out, and we're going to see him very shortly. Unfortunately, he's got a cameo in the upcoming video. He exposed Tim as not exactly being very good with women. He's more or less one of those guys that he was living paycheck to paycheck, not being all that good with his finances, and then all of a sudden he got this big bonus. I think it was, signing with Fusion, and then all of a sudden he just started to blow a bunch of money, thinking that would make him much more appealing to people. But here's the thing, man. Money is a door opener and a horror opener. Money is an amplifier. If you're a dork and you get a bunch of money, guess what? You're going to be a rich dork. You just become a mark. You just become a trick. And that's why Tim, if he purports to be some sort of a traditionally minded individual, if he thinks that, oh, he shouldn't be cheating on his girlfriend or anything like that, and he was out there, you know, sticking it to lids, making that Sour Patch a little sticky patch on the regular, also not enforcing boundaries when it was him and his girlfriend letting his little orbiter kick it around because he thinks that any attention is good attention. It's something else that I've said multiple times over, and even written it into a description or two of one of my videos, or a couple of my videos at least, I think, but we'll just reiterate it for those in the back. A lot can be gleaned from you from the people that you surround yourself with. If you hang around with a bunch of dorks, you're going to become the next one. What's that saying? You are the summation of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. If you hang around with 5 dorks, you'll become the 6th. If you hang around with 5 millionaires, you'll become the 6th. and even in critiquing said Timcast back when this hotness dropped. What was this, Monday's video when he finally addressed it and started calling everybody bots? I said, you know, peek every one of those yes men that he has around him. They're all weird individuals. I think the most salient and the most coherent thinker is probably that Luke cat. He's a little deep in the culture war stuff, and, you know, that's totally his prerogative. He's got a bunch of, you know, basic bitch shirts, but that's your business model. You go for it, man. But criticizing that weird chick with a Thanos jawline and somebody else who's at the table that just always seemed like to be off in his own world. Oh, our good man Ian Crossland. Now, what does Ian have to do about this situation? He is one of the longest tenured people that have been in the Tim sphere. He's been under the beanie banner for a hot second, back when I was watching any of this type of content, and he's still one of the consistent players that's still kicking it around. And he was yappy and he was lippy whenever it came to Tim saying, no, it's just all bots, bro. But then I got a keen ear to this stuff. I was just thinking, it's like, okay, so Tim's not going to be honest. I don't think Luke was on this episode at all, and maybe good for him. His reputation is fine on that. There was some other cat that was off to the side that kind of looked like a scruffy individual, but I don't know anything about him. And then, yes, old Ginger Nutcracker. As Tim was dismissing Eliza, she's just a bottom tier individual. Who knows about her? She's just an e-girl that's online. We don't do e-girl drama. Do we have to go back and peek any of the clips that are out there? But that's fine. That's fine. Just to set this up a little bit, because there's just a little bit of context that we need to have before we get into the next video, which will probably tell you a lot here. So this is where we go.
A lot of people maybe got kind of drawn up in the drama and the motions of it, but really, like, if Brittany Venti got banned for not violating terms of service.
It's funny that you know about this situation enough, my guy. If she was banned for violating the actual terms of service and that's justified, it's like, huh, isn't that an interesting story? Isn't that somebody of note, or is that just a low tier individual? Because she's been around a lot longer than Eliza has. She gets locked out of her account for coming on a month at this point in time, and she's another one of the people that got those privacy strikes from the past. Wouldn't that... You seem to know about this stuff, but you don't want to talk about it, and it makes a little bit more sense.
That's the story. If she violated terms of service, then it was a righteous ban.
I think the real story is that she likely...
So to just refresh everybody's memory, what Tim's opinion of this situation is, you know, the whole bot PR campaign, okay? Couple that with his little sidekick's warped interpretation. It's like, oh, well, if she deserved to be banned, then she deserves to be banned. Not you guys were at free speech or anything like that, but you seem to know enough, but you don't want to disclose enough in order to really step in it. What are you protecting there, my guy? But we'll just go ahead and get just a little bit more on this before we drop the hammer.
Speech with censorship to trick them into promoting an individual trying to be famous. And they all walked right into it. It is PR stunt 101.
It also makes me...
No, that's interesting, Tim. Everybody's stupid except for Tim. But anyways, Ian.
I think there are situations where a creator would pay a firm to do it 50 grand or whatever. But then there's also the impact investment that there could be companies that try and find people on the internet, like content creators that are like, we're going to make this one famous because they are talking about a thing we need to be talked about right now.
Dude, it's literally...
Yeah, and I don't know who this little goofy guy is, but it's very interesting. It's incredibly interesting how Ian would say, oh yeah, there's certain individuals that target other people in order to get famous on the internet. It's almost like our guy has first-hand experience with said situation. Time for the main event. Like I said, shout out Adam. This was back when he was in the States. I don't know, was this a Twitter video or something like that? But somebody ended up catching this clip, and it's very, very interesting, at least in my opinion, just a little bit. And it involves a couple of players that you're going to, or you've already been very much familiarized with, and hence why I gave you all the context and posited the questions. It's like, oh, why does Ian know enough about the situation to opine some sort of backhanded support of censorship, and then at the same time have such a strong stance on, oh, I know exactly how these PR campaigns run, bro. I know exactly, oh, they just try to target people in order to get famous, and then they work out some sort of reciprocity deal. And it's like, Very interesting. So, nothing against Adam here. Like, I got nothing but good things to say about Adam. I was probably a bigger fan of him than I ever was of Tim Pool. I think he still does good work over on his channel, so shout out to Adam. Nothing against him, man. He's got a beautiful wife. He's trying to start a beautiful family out there in Sweden. Nothing but the best for the guy. And he did the right thing by just leaving said situation a long time ago. And then for exposing all this stuff as well, giving us the backstory. But he had one more nugget of goodness to drop on this. Don't know where this video came from, but it's all very much legit. It sure seems like that. But I think we'll let the video play out for itself, because it's, yeah. If you have any questions as to why the Tim Incorporated, the Timcast company, is running cover for Eliza, it becomes very obvious.
What? I'm in the middle of a story right now.
Okay, so an Instagram story. Yeah, he gets goofy here for a second. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Eliza. What are you doing? Oh, who's that? Oh, who's that cozying up to Eliza? Don't worry, guys. It gets better.
Yes, it is Ian Crossland.
It's just everybody chilling out. Oh, they're just in their sweat.
Now,
yeah, why are you hiding, Eliza? Why are you doing that? Why are you all dolled up
so much? Is that your foot on his thigh?
Why you do it? Why is he grabbing his crotch, and why are you putting your foot? Oh my God! Like a Rasta Steve posits there for a second, man. Did Eliza Bleu smash the Timcast crew? Does that really show anything? Well, no, and I couldn't get away with the video that's on there. But I've also been saying we are only, because this is absolutely following the Jack Murphy script. We're just waiting for those chatterbait videos to drop any day now. I think we might know who that co-star could be. Eliza, we know your story. We know that you've always wanted to be famous. You've told, and the story has been told by your friends as well, that you were doing anything that you could in order to climb the ladder. Working your way from groupie all the way to the lead singer of one of the biggest bands at the time. Being a stripper at a club. Making bread. She knows all the she knows all the moves, and she knows all the marks to fleece. She's seen a lonely, goofy little dude who's well connected, wants to do a couple of interesting things. He'll really send that goofy dude into orbit. And then this low-tier internet personality somehow gets 2 spots on Timcast? Gets put in front of 35,000 people? Spins that off into being an advocate, suing for money on the Andrew Tate case? Seems like the only one that's getting marketed to in this situation is Tim Pool, and he doesn't know how to get out from underneath that rock. So is Mark Dice posited? It's like, you should have just owned up to this. Nah, man, it's too late. It's too late. You continue to trend. You can run with the Project Veritas story, but this one's still going to be buzzing underneath because it'll only expose your hypocrisy further. Oh, if the Project Veritas organization is going to be canceling, it's going to be censoring James O'Keefe, you're going to look like a little bit of a hypocrite, my guy. So congratulations. You should have just came clean with this. It should have done the right thing, but I understand. Feelings are strong sometimes. Oh, the little beanie boy just understood that maybe some things require just a little bit of investigation. It almost sounds like this guy was tired of getting his life dug into. Still doesn't change the fact that you are an absolute dickhead for just blaming all of your ills of society on everybody else. No, it's just still paid, bro. Things don't change. This was recorded after the fact. I had a bunch of other stuff to do, and then I just seen this pop up, and it's like, we might as well just add the addendum for completion's sake. I'm many things, but I am not a completionist. I couldn't have worded that even worse. But here are a couple of tweets, because Tim has enough common sense to realize that, yeah, there's a good chance that I might end up losing my career over this. So I'm just going to try to save face, and I'll probably work for some of the smooth brains that are out there. Together again. This past week of insanity with the Veritas and those Republicans getting shot made me realize that we need to stand together. See, guys, I'm still on your team. I like Republicans, right? I'm sorry too, Jeremy. Let's not, let's apostrophe, let us not let them distract and disrupt us. There's nothing beyond me being petty with a quarrel like this, whereas there are real issues affecting us culturally and politically that we need to focus on. Of course, see, stop digging in my ass, okay? I know I've been a dickhead to everybody, but just because I want to go and make amends with the quartering, now everybody will forgive me, right? Get fucked. With the Veritas coup, Daily Wire, and Crowder, I think the degree to which infighting has erupted is putting us all at risk. See, I know Jeremy was just out there, exposing my hypocrisy, but I forgive him. I don't need to do anything different or anything like that. But then all of a sudden, wow, it's almost like somebody found their integrity. Okay, y'all got me. Oh, see, guys, we can let bygones be bygones, you fucking snake. This is definitely getting insane. What the fuck? Oh my god, you might actually have to do some journalism now. Oh my god. So yeah, anticipate this shit dick doing a little bit of a deep dive into this stuff and being like, oh, I can't believe I missed this stuff. This low tier person is out there striking a bunch of equally relevant people. If we're being, completely honest. Come on, man. You knew exactly what this was all about. Stop the cap. Well, in your case, you kind of need to because, the glare from your 4-head or 5-head, 6-head, 7-head is just way too much for your studio cameras. And I don't know, maybe that big Republican roundtable didn't draw the numbers that you thought it would. And you need to find a good way to leave everybody waiting for a good hook onto the weekend. Interesting. So now we'll end this time. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.